candles burn, but there's no light, just the shadows of your appetite. You take the air right out the room and leave me dancing in your gloom. I built a pedestal of gold for a heart that's gray and centuries old. You wear my kindness like a shroud. Silence screams, but you're so loud. You're the ghost in your own hall, tracing cracks upon the wall. I gave you blood, you wanted wine. Now you're crossing every line. Ungrateful soul, a hollow shell. Welcome to your private hell. You don't see me, you never did. Just the secrets that you hid. Parasitic symphony, you suck the pulse right out of me. I am the bridge, you are the fire, burning down your own desire. You claim the throne, you claim the crown, while pulling everyone else down. The mirrors crack, the image blurred. I'm tired of every single word. Look at your hands, what did they build? Just a void that can't be filled. Look at your eyes, empty and wide. There's nowhere left for you to hide. I'm cutting the cord, I'm breaking the chain. I'm leaving you here in your own rain. You're the ghost in your own hall, tracing cracks upon the wall. I gave you blood, you wanted wine. Now you're crossing every line. Ungrateful soul, a hollow shell. Welcome to your private hell. You don't see me, you never did. Just the secrets that you hid. Not a martyr, not your slave. Dig your own cold grave. Slamming like a firing squad, walking through the gauntlet against the odd. Whispers like static in a crowded hall. They're waiting for the moment that I trip and fall. Laughter is a weapon, words are like lead. They wanna plant their shadows inside my head, but my face is a mask of unyielding stone. I'm carving out a kingdom on my own. And the rain hits the windows of this gray school. I won't be the victim, I won't be the fool. Let the sky turn black, let the cold wind blow. I've got price I pay for refusing to look at the world their way. Concrete garden, garden thorns. I was forged in the heat of their quiet scorns. Every shove in the hall is a beat for my song. I've been learning how to be this strong. I see a light, I see a weakness, I see a fight. The walls are high, the hallways are long, but the beat of my heart is a rhythmic gong. Build your towers, cast your stones, you'll never reach the marrow of my bones. Never. Of this gray school, I won't be the victim, I won't be the fool. Let the sky turn black, let the cold wind blow. I've got a fire they will never know. They can break the surface, they can bruise the skin, but they can't find the door to let the silence in. I am iron, I am ghost, I am still standing here, drowning out the voices, burning out the fear. The bell rings, but I don't days I looked at the sky. I asked for a reason, I asked for a why. But the silence is heavy, the silence is deep. While the wolves are awake and the shepherds all sleep. The soil is thirsty for the blood of the young, while the hymns of the righteous go forever unsung. If the throne in the clouds is an empty space, then I'll take the scepter, I'll take the place. Your mercy is stagnant, your justice is blind. A chaos left rotting in the heart of mankind. I've seen enough of the holy wars, the screams behind beautiful ivory doors. If the creator is silent, if the master is gone, I'll bring the ending to bring a new dawn. I'll forge a quiet that's cold as the moon. I'll be the singer of a different tune. If God won't bring peace, then I'll be the God. I'll rule the earth with an iron rod. No more prayer, just the law of the still. A universe bent to a singular will. I'll bleach the shadows and I'll burn the fray. I'll turn the night into permanent day. Peace is a weapon that I've learned to wield. The new architect, the absolute shield. Silence is holy, order is divine. The blood on the pavement will no longer shine. No more freedom to hate, no more freedom to fall. I'll build a glass ceiling over you all. Submit to the quiet, submit to the grace of a God with a mortal face. I'll strip the ego, I'll strip the pride. Nowhere for the violent spirit to hide. The world will be level, the world will be gray, with no one to fight and no one to pray. It's a beautiful prison, a perfect design, where the only pulse beating is mine, only mine. You asked for an end to the weeping and pain. Now welcome the heir of my golden chain. If God will bring peace, then I'll be the God. I'll rule the earth with an iron rod. No more prayer, just the law of the still. A universe bent to a singular will. I'll day in the deep dark hole, fluorescent lights like a sterile sun, counting the seconds until I'm done. Coffee is bitter, the air is thin. I'm wearing a mask under my skin. The boss is a vulture, the walls are gray. Watch my life just wasting away. In the middle of the night, breaking my spirit, stealing my light. A hollow thank you for a mountain of stress. I'm drowning in a corporate mess. Another meeting that could have been a breath. I'm working myself to a digital death. The pressure's boiling, the steam is high. I'm tired of living a cubicle lie. One more order, one more task. I'm gonna rip off this smiling mask. I'm not a cog in your clockwork prison. I'm a fire that has finally risen. Burn the files and break the keys. I'm done living on my knees. Paycheck hard and a plastic smile. I'm walking out for a million miles. I'm done. I'm done. I kept a ledger in the dark, every bruise and every mark. I memorized your hollow laughs, the way you tore my world in half. You felt so tall when I was small. Now watch the shadows start to crawl. The circle shrinks, the air gets tight. I've learned to navigate the night. Remember when you're looking pale, your kingdom is a rotting jail. You led the pack, you wore the grin. Now let the reckoning begin. Number two, you stayed so quiet, watching while they fed the riot. Silence is a heavy debt, and I am here exhales, all the words we never said. Condensation on marble like tears for the dead. Your photograph sweats in a frame made of frost. I trace your lips, but the warmth is lost. Mausoleum silence, stained glass grief. Even the angels stop bringing relief. Choir in the wires, humming a hymn for promises buried in formalin. Pallbearers of memory, all dressed in black, carried your heartbeat and never came back. Veil of static roses laid on the cold. You left me a funeral that never grows old. I wear your departure like a morning gown. Every heartbeat a footstep going down. Veil of static roses wilt in the grave. I come to this grave just to watch you decay. I brought you flowers, one for your lies, one for the truth that also dies. Ash to ash, dust to dust, love to nothing if it must. Veil of static roses sewn to my chest. You left me a graveyard inside my chest. I kneel at the headstone that bears your name, but the ground never opens, the grief stays the same. Veil of static roses fade into night. I'll sleep with the dead till I forget the light. Service ends. The house is a tomb of things you left behind, while their laughter is echoing inside my mind. I watched you shrivel, I watched you fade, while they sharpen the words like a butcher's blade. They think it's over, they think they're free. They haven't met the monster they've made of me. The soil is fresh, the grass is wet, but I'm the one who collects the dead. And the rain is turning red tonight. I'm hunting shadows in the pale moonlight. For every bruise they left on your soul, I'm digging a deep and a permanent hole. glass, watching all the golden moments pass. The sky is turning charcoal gray, the sun is light years away. I'm falling upward into the night, losing the battle, craving the light. Oh, wrap me in your velvet shadows tonight, where the wrong feels almost like the right. A heavy bass to drown the hollow sound in this Darkwave city. I am found, lost in the echo, lost in the beach, dancing on the edges of defeat. Synthesizes humming like a ghost to the memories that I love the most. Cold wave crashing on a digital shore. I don't wanna feel this way anymore, but the darkness is a comfortable friend. A story that never has to end. Can you hear the pulse? The static in the air. It's beautiful here in the nowhere. Oh, wrap me in your velvet shadows tonight, where the wrong feels almost like the right. A heavy bass to drown the hollow sound in this Darkwave city. I am found, lost in the echo, lost in the beat, dancing on the edges of defeat. Velvet shadows keep me close. In the echo, I saw your shadow dance with someone else in the grain of the photo. I wrote it myself. Lipstick on glass was just neon from cars. I turned traffic lights into intimate scars. You laugh on the phone, I swore it was theirs. I built their affair from thin evening air. Oscillator shaking, I tuned it to wrong. Made jealousy the bridge, made suspicion the song. I read every silence like a love letter sent to a ghost I invented with evidence bent. Green static confessional, I kneel to the noise. Accuse you of theft when you gave me your voice. I carved up the truth with the jealousy knife, bled out the love just to prove I was right. Green static confessional, I prayed to the screen, saw devils in pixels that never had been. Green static confessional, blessed my mistake. I killed what I love for a sin we didn't make. fury. Green static confessional, I kneel to the noise. Accused you of theft when you gave me your voice. I carved up the truth with the jealousy knife. Bled out the love just to prove I was right. Green static confessional, I prayed to the screen. Saw devils in pixels that never had been. Green static confessional, bless my mistake. I killed what I loved for a sin we didn't make. The third person was my own mind, sleeping in our bed every night. I shook your shoulders, asking who, when heartbeat is numbing. No more flinching at the sound of the key. No more begging on a broken knee. Free from the fist, free from the mist. You can't hurt a ghost. You can't hide what doesn't exist. The room is quiet now. The belt is still. The pulse is gone. I've climbed the hill. No more way, no more when. No more when, no more when. The room is freezing, but the door is locked. I memorized the way you always talked. A silver tongue with a copper taste. A decade built, now laid to waste. You want my trust like a second skin, while letting all the shadows in. Now the lights are flickering low in a house we used to know. Oh, the knife is silent when it's pushed by a friend. A bitter cycle that'll never end. Your eyes are hollow, your heart is hollower still. You didn't break me, you just lacked the will. And the static in the grave, watch the memory decay. I see a ghost in the hallway mirror. The blurred deception is getting clearer. You sold the secrets I never told for a heavy bag of fool's gold. The pulse is fast, the air is thin. I'm shedding layers of where you've been. No more echoes, no more lies beneath these pale and concrete skies. The ink is dry, the blood is cold. A story bought, a brother's soul. Shatter the glass, burn the map. I found the exit in your trap. Oh, the knife is silent when it's pushed by a friend. A bitter cycle that'll never end. Your eyes are hollow, your heart is hollower still. You didn't break me, you just lacked the will. And the static in the grave, watch the memory decay. You're just a ghost in the machine now. Nothing left to burn. polished to trophies till they shine, while the rust is eating everything mine. But the furnace is full, the pressure is high. I'm done being the one who has to try. Zero return for the blood I spent. I'm taking back every breath I lent. You fed on my fire, you drank my light, but I'm turning the sun into endless night. No I'm not the boy you used to know. Watch the shadows start to grow. It's my turn now. It's my turn now. The monster is home. The monster is home. Walk on the shards of the trust you trash.